Hello everyone, welcome back to another set from round 8 of ADV Revival 2. This is KF Lawless, and today we're going to be narrating a battle between X-Gang and Real-Time Glover. Let's get started. Cool avatar on the left, by the way. So, common lead matchup, Skarmory versus T-Tar. Fire Blast is kind of threatening, but usually can't one-hit KO. As we see, doing a good 75% to the Skarmory. Gonna go ahead and grab a Protect, get some more chip heal, and critically burn another Fire Blast PP on Tyranochad. Always something to keep in mind. Goes for the Pursuit. Interesting. I actually like that. Taking away another 16%, expecting something like a Blissey to come in, and that also prevents him from burning another Fire Blast, which I think is pretty smart. Blissey, of course, threatening Toxic, Thunder Wave, a whole bunch of things on T-Tar at this point, if it looks like it's special. Toxic gets blocked by Fori, and then Fire Blast comes out and toasts that poor Chestnut alive. So, wow. Great, great strategic placing of a Fire Blast Blissey by Glover. Gang gonna put out his own Blissey, go for an Ice Beam, gets a crit, doesn't actually matter that much. Toxic in return coming back out, and this kind of puts X-Gang's Blissey on a bit of a timer. If Blissey was the best thing to bring into the opposing Blissey, it's a little bit of a troublesome situation. Jirachi coming in, but you know, knowing that he has the Fire Blast, this Jirachi isn't exactly happy to stay here and take that even from a non-offensive mon like Blissey. Goes for the Protect, does burn another PP on that Fire Blast, which is always good, and gets his chip recovery back to 100%, which is a nice little bit of optimization. Fire Blast going to thud into the Swampert this time. What did Jirachi actually accomplish? You know what? I'm not here to hate on my boy X-Gang. But anyway, Surf comes out. Blissey not feeling super threatened unless there's a Focus Punch or Earthquake, you know, set on the Swampert. Starmie is going to come in and absorb the Surf, though. Hydro Pump doing a bit of damage to X-Gang's Blissey, and Starmie unfortunately wishing it had some way to finish off this 50% Blissey. However, we go back to the Fat Pink Blob Stall War as Soft Boiled brings the left Blissey back up to full. Jirachi coming in once again, just kind of doing the dance, and the Fire Blast lands true, doing a good 52% at this point. And I think we still have a couple of Fire Blasts, right? We have about half of them. Oh, and then the poor Sombrero guy gets cooked. And, well, things are not really looking good for our friend X-Gang on the left over here. Swampert coming back in just to eat a Toxic. We don't know exactly what kind of set this is. It might be running Refresh, but the Wish does come in handy, giving a nice heal up to the poor Toxic Swampert at this point. Soft Boiled is going to bring Blissey back to full health, and it's revealed to be, I think we call this Monopert, is the set on Swampert with just one attack, Surf. Blissey coming back in, and, you know, this... this kind of ring around the rosy doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. That one layer of spikes doing a ton of work for Real-Time Glover at this point. T-Tar coming in on the Swampert switch. Really good positioning here for Gang, because that is definitely in favor of Swampert. Surf, of course, being the obvious click here, but Blissey just coming in to take that because that's what Blissey does. Ice Beam comes out, maybe hoping for a freeze, and he gets the freeze. As Swampert does take about 30% from that, but that is going to come, you know, a little bit off the edge with that leftovers recovery now. Swampert just chilling out literally on the field while Skarm comes in, taking this opportunity to make some more spikes, as it's been obvious that the spikes have been doing a lot to help him wear down the opposing team, and getting chip heal on Skarmory, super valuable. Monopert can't really immediately threaten Skarmory, even from only 36% HP. And the chilling out the chill session is lasting pretty long because this Skarmory is able to get 2 more layers of spikes and roar his ass out. And now T-Tar comes back in. Fire Blast coming in. Good option to protect here. Oh, goes for the crunch, expecting to protect probably, or maybe expecting the Starmie to come in. I couldn't tell you. But one way or another, trying to be smart with his remaining Fire Blasts. Swampert does come in, getting revealed. And you know, both these teams very, very bulky. Hidden Power Grass, not quite enough. Torrent boosted Hydro Pump is going to drown this poor Tyranitar. And here we have a Mence. Now, you have to go for the kill here, because if it's running Ice Beam, you can't risk just getting smoked out. And Hidden Power Grass comes out for sure. But Starmie and, oh, even Gengar in the back makes this pretty pretty rough for Mence. I mean, Blissey is going to come in, take a little bit of damage from the Ice Punch. If this Gengar is running Taunt, it can prevent a Soft Boil at this point, and that would really make things difficult, or an explosion would be a really big deal. Swampert coming in, maybe expecting an explosion. Actually, that would be a good thing to sack for an explosion. You're, you know, frozen Swampert. You know how they say frogs like freeze themselves when they go into hibernation in the winter? I think that's what Swampert is doing. Am I the only one who knows this like funny scientific fun fact? Look it up. I think it's true. I think so there are some frogs that will freeze themselves and like lower their metabolism during the winter and just like thaw out in the spring and go back to doing frog stuff. So that's basically what Swampert did this time. I'm gonna try and suggest that for the thumbnail. Anyway, Rock Slide coming out at a -1. It's gonna do a good chunk of damage to this Elements. But honestly, Real-Time Glover is so far ahead in this game. It's just kind of going through the motions at this point, which of course we always respect when you're playing in a tournament. It's best to run it as far as, you know, it goes to the very last breath. T-Tar probably just going to go for a Focus Punch. Yeah, no fear of missing here. Just forcing the Blissey to keep on the offensive until he can bring in something else to take it out. If Gengar has Explosion, and that's a very easy choice, 100% accuracy. Yeah, I agree with this. Just go for Focus Punch. Don't risk missing a Rock Slide on a Soft Boiled and making this a long, painful endeavor any longer than it's already been. Oh, I guess he changed, you know, he changed his mind. He said, nah, forget it. We're just going to hit this Rock Slide. So it's going to be game 1 for Real-Time Glover. Let's go on ahead to game 2. And once again, we've got left side Gang and right side Glover. Metagross into Smeargle. Ooh, very threatening with the Spore here. Brings in Celebi to absorb it. Natural Cure means that when he goes back out, he won't be allowed to get another... Oh! Interesting. Yeah, into the Dugtrio. That's faster than Smeargle. You can prevent him from getting more than one layer of spikes up. Really good play there. Zapdos coming in, of course, not afraid of the lock-in Earthquake. Toxic going to land on Celebi, but, you know, once again, that's the Natural Cure coming into play. Zapdos can't do much. Yeah, that may be... Okay. Hidden Power Ice is going to do a good bit of damage, and... Actually, wait. Thanks to the Toxic and the Spikes damage. Oh no, but Celebi is a tanky son of a gun, and he's going to survive. Go for the Baton Pass into the T-Tar. +1. Okay, a Calm Mind Pass to a T-Tar is always a little bit scary, but that Celebi will die to the Spikes on the next switch. Swampert coming in. Okay. This D-Dar really wants to be doing everything right now. He's got the Hidden Power Grass. D-Tar with Hidden Power Grass, and it's a Salic Swampert. What is going on right now? And the Swampert is faster. Oh no! And T-Tar gets soaked, and Aerodactyl coming in, of course, going to be faster than a +1 Swampert. Go for the Double Edge, and Metagross coming in, assuming, of course, Choice Band on that guy. Good switch, using the Celebi as a pivot death fodder to bring in Swampert. We don't know what kind of Metagross this is. It could be banned, it could be any number of things, right? Earthquake going to come out. Gengar is going to float right above that. Really good switch from Gang, knowing that, you know, Metagross versus Swampert is not an ideal matchup. Goes for the Protect. Scout out what's going to come next. Will-O-Wisp, maybe, yeah, maybe Giga Drain packing, but always good to find out for sure. Metagross comes back in. Will-O-Wisp landing on that is really big. Maybe he expected X-Gang to do some fancy prediction or try something else. We see leftovers on Metagross, which means it's probably Bulk said, oh, interesting. Mixed Metagross. I love that, actually. Psychic is going to come out, just kind of thud into the Gross on Gang side. Hidden Power, something comes out. Probably Fire? Fire. Probably Fire to hit the opposing Metagross are super effective. And now Gengar's in a good position, really just kind of chilling out. But Metagross is not afraid. He's just gonna start launching off Psychics, I guess. And nothing can really KO the Metagross from this range that we've seen revealed on Gang's side. I have no idea what could be in the back for this team. Sorry again, this is kind of where my immaturity with this tier comes in. It's not easy for me to kind of guess what other Mons are going to be on the team. Like I can guess, like, all right, if I see Snorlax lead, okay, there's probably a Magneton in the back, right? That's about as much as I can do. It's not a lot, but that's just a little bit of predictive ability that I have. So goes for the Protect here, scouts out what the Aerodactyl wants to lock itself into. Hidden Power, probably Flying type Hidden Power. I actually don't like to run Hidden Power Flying on my Aerodactyl. Maybe that's weird, but someday I'll get a chance to show my favorite fourth move of choice on Aero, but you'll probably never see me playing in round 8 of an ADV Revival. Anyway, Earthquake is going to hit that Swampert for a good amount of damage, but the Toxic is racking up and doing quite a bit to keep this thing on a timer. Gengar coming in, catching a Surf. He can't take another one, and so I guess it's kind of do or die. We see what move this Gengar has to hurt Swampert, and it turns out to be a Hidden Power Grass as opposed to the Giga Drain, which is a perfectly valid option if you want more PP and a little bit higher base power, which, you know, when it comes to Swampert, it's really, really bulky. Every little bit of base power helps, right? Rock Slide is going to go ahead and KO that Zapdos. Poor thing. Metagross comes in, gets some lefties chip, and then Metagross on the other side comes in and it reveals to be Agility Metagross. This is in position to just sweep the rest of Real-Time Glover's team. Earthquake here, Meteor Mash there. Barring any misses on the Meteor Mash on the arrow, I think we should be fine. Earthquake KOs Dugtrio, no problem. These three dudes, you know, they're really good at offense, but they can't take a hit to save their life. And now, you know, do or die moment, Meteor Mash is going to connect. And I don't think, you know, a Banded Earthquake would KO the Metagross in one shot anyway. On to game 3. Let's go. So, here we have another Skarmory lead from Real-Time Glover. Maybe he went back to the team he was playing in the first set. This time, a Fire Blast from Salamence is going to do 68%. Good amount of damage, you know, typical Mixment's lead set. And that Protect coming in once again to burn another Fire Blast from the Salamence here. Very smart. Blissey comes in once again. This could very well be the same set we saw in game 1. And oh, nice, lucky Fire Blast burn. Although with no sand right now, the chip damage every turn is not going to be that bad for the Blissey, especially because it doesn't get worse over time like Toxic. Speaking of Toxic, I'm going to go ahead and whiff that Toxic into the air. Meanwhile, Tyranitar shows up and sets up the aforementioned Sandstorm, to which Real-Time Glover responds with a Swampert, and that's going to be able to comfortably sit in on this T-Tar and recover with some leftovers. Goes for Protect, probably scouting out the HP Grass if it's available, but this time X-Gang is sporting a Skarmory of his own, and he wants to go and get up his spikes. Now we have the typical Skarm arms race, where these fellas just be setting up spikes, you know, waiting for someone to roar out the other one, kind of the whole chicken game thing, but it's more valuable for Glover because he can actually heal up his Skarmory the whole time. Another Fire Blast comes in, doesn't to Protect, really great way to burn through that low PP move. Brick Break coming in expecting the Blissey, and he plays on that predictive, you know, play, going for a Toxic of his own, and this is really good because now you get some more lefties recovery. You can go for Protect here once again and recover another 1/8 of your, what is it, it's 1/16 of your health, right? Yeah, so 2 lefties is 1/8. That's great. Skarmory should be such a huge threat to the Salamence right now. Starmie coming in resists both Brick Break and Fire Blast. Very safe play. Probably wouldn't even die if he like predicted a, you know, if he had gone for a prediction on the Starmie and gone for Dragon Claw. It's pretty high possibility that this is the same set he was running last game, so we know that in the back we have oh my god, I can't even remember what he had in the back. He had a Gengar in the back, that's right. What else? I don't even remember. Anyway, Blissey gonna come in and tank a Thunderbolt. Taunt coming out from the Gengar here, huge, gonna prevent that Soft Boiled. I actually love Taunt on Gengar. One of these days I'll show you all my favorite Gengar set, which is Destiny Bond, Focus Punch, Taunt with Gengar, because there's a funny interaction between Focus Punch and Destiny Bond, where like Destiny Bond doesn't go away until your Mon acts, right, the next turn, but Focus Punch, technically the action part is at the end of the turn when you actually do the punch. So you can threaten Destiny Bond, and then if they don't attack you, right, then, you know, the Focus Punch will go off, but the Destiny Bond will stay active for the whole time until the Focus Punch goes off. It's a really, really horrible set, but it's really funny. Anyway, speaking of really funny things, Starmie's going to come in, go for a Hydro Pump, does about 45% of the Swampert, but it is going to go down to an Earthquake here, and things are pretty even at this point. Never mind, I'm lying. Real-Time Glover's lost half his team at this point, got his last layer of spikes up. If we assume this is the same team as game 1, then we know there's a Gengar in the back, and something else that I cannot remember at this point. Hydro Pump unfortunately not doing enough to take out this poor Swampert, and now the Swampert on the left is in Torrent range. That's a crit Hydro Pump, and oof, X-Gang is looking like he's about to pull out with a 6-0 at this rate. Gengar coming in, Ice Punch, is that the best you've got to hit this thing with? Oof. Ice Beam just to get reliable damage. You don't want to miss any Hydro Pumps, maybe with the expectation that he can finish off the Gengar with something in the back. We know Tyranitar is a special set. Yep, that's right. So T-Tar will come in, got Crunch, got Pursuit. got a whole bunch of things to KO this Gengar with. Will-O-Wisp comes out, but that's not really going to do much to help you in the face of a special pursuit, because this is Gen 3. And just going for the pursuit twice to guarantee the kill on the Gengar, and then we'll figure out what to deal with the last Mon here. I don't remember what it is, so let's all find out together once more. It's a T-Tar. Okay, yeah, so T-Tar Mirror at this point. I don't think there's much this T-Tar can do against the whole team here. Gengar coming in to dodge the Earthquake, very, very suave Earthquake aversion. That lefties on the T-Tar means that it's not Lumberry, so the Will-O-Wisp is going to essentially bring us to the final countdown. Because now this Tar is basically toast, and as long as X-Gang can get 1 or 2 reliable hits off, it should go down very easily before the rest of X-Gang's team. So Mance coming in. We know it has Brick Break. It's going to be times 4 effective hit on a T-Tar with only, what, 60% of his HP, and that's going to be an easy GG. So great game by these two players. A lot of back and forth. That first game, the team Glover brought really put the pressure on Gang, but in the end, Gang was able to bring it back. Gang, you know what it is. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to sub to the Revival Tournaments channel and continue supporting the ADV Revival 2 tournament. Hope to see you all next time. Take care, guys.